for everybody to flood on in. I have a lot of people asking when the live is. I'm always, as you know, when I say 9, always go by 10 to 15 minutes later. Usually something is happening or going on at that moment to where I'm trying to rush. I was supposed to be in my office space tonight, but we have too much things going on in the house would cause too much noise. Hello, everyone. People flooding in. Hi, Darlene. Miss Kentucky Mama, hello. Hi, Sharon. Closer to you. Hi. Diane, hello, hello. Susie, hello, love. Jennifer, good evening. Hello. So I want to try to get some messages out tonight before I start any open discussion about cases. I would really like to try to get some messages forward. A lot of my lives have been about cases. I would like to do a live tonight a little bit to begin with for messages for people. So anybody that wants to start going on and talking to their loved ones that have crossed over to try and get a message to me, please do so, but do not place it in the chat who you want to speak to. I want you to do that between you and spirit. Do not tell me any information on here. Any information that comes through, as you all know, will be validated by you. Hello, everyone. Yes, Darlene, that was my last live. It was the name Powell, Powell. Hi from Buffalo. Hello, Felicia, Jesse. Caleb is doing well. I was sick for a bit. My granddaughter was also sick. Sharon, my granddaughter passed away. Oh, sweetie. Hopefully we can get something tonight. Angela Roberts, hello, love. Seeking serenity. I hope everyone's week. Yeah, I hope everybody's week was well. The time that I haven't been on, I hope everyone's been doing great. I hope everyone's full of energy, full of life, full of happiness. I always wish everybody well. I am going to say here, it's good to see you too. I have been getting a name by the name, it's Tony Robbins or Roberts or something to that nature that keeps popping through the last few minutes for me before I got on here. It comes from my female side. And also mom. Jesse's girl, hopefully, honey. I'm trying to, before I start into anything, excuse me, I'm trying to get energy step forward for the people that are on here to, lower my waiting list. So I'm trying to do this ahead of time. No questions for the cases we're on right now, please, because I really want to focus on trying to get messages from loved ones from the other side. We will get into that, though, later on in just a little while. I want to do a card pull tonight. I want to do and see what comes through for people. Oh, excuse me. I'm in my husband's truck tonight, so it's a little bit different. We were going to be doing it in my office space, but we have a big family get-together, so everybody's in there cooking. Good evening, Chloe Jade. So many I miss. I know, darling. We hopefully we can get something to come through. Diane, Kat, always, no matter what, always continue to the spirit. You never know what's going to come through on a live. It's just the way it is, honey. I don't control who comes over. Starbright, hello. I do have someone that just keeps mentioning mom, 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 mom from the female side. So this is a mother that would have been passed on. Also, I'm not sure if it's for somebody for the name of Will, because now I'm hearing mom and then Will. Julie Oates, much love to you all. Hello. Wilted Lettuce, aka Christine, New York. Please connect to my son. I am going to tell you what I do have coming through at the moment. Please do right now speak to your loved ones. Don't put the information on here. Don't tell me on here who you want to come. That is between you and spirit. I want you to be very, very, very specific with your answers to them and what you want to be relayed to me. Who comes, who allows each other to step forward. That's how they usually do. If it's a group of them that come through, most of the time they will play, I don't want to say tug a rope, but they'll, if one needs a message to the point where they need it more than another person, they do so most of the time. I have a mom, and then the one that is speaking spoke mom, and then also the name Will. So I'm assuming that this woman wants to speak to Will. I also received something like Tony Robbins or Tony Roberts, but I heard Tony Robbins first. Robinson or Robbins. Hello, hello. Sharon, you never know, honey. That's why I will just state what comes through. You guys validate if that is for you. It could be anything that comes through. We all know. Chloe Jade, this is my first live. Yay. Well, it's good to have you, dear. And the one thing I noticed with communication, if you all noticed, my voice gets really dry and hoarse. It's strange how that happens to me. I'm not sure why that is. And Grace Green, hi everyone. You are welcome. I hear the name Marie. Debbie Dunn, first live. Good to have everybody's first time in here. Good to have you. Also Maine. I wish my brother or cousin would step or speak to you. You never know, dear. Only you guys will get the answers back in real time, whatever comes through. I can never exaggerate what comes through. I cannot give what I don't hear. I don't believe in working that way. I just think it's just not acceptable for me to work that way. Yep, I'm in my husband's vehicle, so it's my first time in here. Phoebe, I think you're talking to me. Pink coat, hi Kelly. Nikki, Miss Nikki is here. Kelly, we had an earthquake in the south last night. Oh, wow. You are so hell. Thank you, Grace. The impression that I'm getting here from this female, it's almost like she's giving me a tone of someone that had passed on, but there was a call. It's almost like somebody wasn't there at the time of death, if that makes sense. I'm just waiting to hear more. Hoot 3, hello. Yeah, that is bizarre. I mean, do you guys usually get earthquakes in the south? Aztec Rose, hi. There's definitely a woman here that wants to communicate. Not at all, Nikki. Hello, Harley. Hot Topics. Hey. Your mom was in a coma. The way I'm being presented to about something, she's speaking about her mouth. It was almost like showing me her teeth for some reason, and they look discolored, if that makes sense to anyone. Phoebe, she died in my arms. If this is for you, dear, can you just validate if that is for you? So there's something about the teeth that look discolored. Usually that's a symbol for a sickness of some sort. It could be like not of natural causes. This could be something. Oh, Sharon, we're not going to give any, and no matter what is said on here to me tonight, no matter how cruel somebody is tonight, no matter anything, we don't give them any platform, because I want to stay straight on here, and because we are going to get into cases in a little bit, but I want to try to get some energy to come over for you guys and see who pops in and, you know, has a message for you guys. Now, no matter what is said, how hurtful it may sound to you guys, when I tell you it doesn't faze me, please, it does not faze me one bit. I have tough skin. I've dealt with people my whole life the way they are. Please, I love you guys for, you know, having my back, sticking up for me, but we are going to keep focused. Utah's in the house. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know. I just saw that. Like, I just popped on. It's so strange. This has been happening to me every live I do. Yes, I do private readings. My business that I do locally, I do gatherings, I do private readings, I do all that. But online, I only do free readings. I never charge. How I work murder cases or missing cases, I do not charge a fee. I do not expect any amenities to come to me. If someone says, hey, can you come here and help me search, or give me your expertise on the situation, what do you think happened, or what comes through for you, I don't charge anything for anything. Anything whatsoever. I receive no money whatsoever for this. Rhode Island is in the house. New Jersey. Grace, honey, I'm not sure what you're saying, honey. I couldn't see it. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the heck that is about. I think it'll be better once I'm in the house, in my office space, but we're having a huge family get together. So I have so many people in my house cooking right now. South Jersey, Long Island. Your brother passed away Wednesday. Oh. Now, my throat has not bothered me whatsoever at all. I'm having a hard time swallowing right now. So this tells me also, this is not my normal thing. So this has to be something to do with the spirit. Swallowing issues with this area here. I'm having a really tough time swallowing. My mouth is extremely dry out of nowhere, and I'm having a really hard time to swallowing right now. So I'm thankful I have this water right here. If I have to run back in the house to get something, I just might have to once this is out, because I'm having a really hard time right now. And I'm not sure what's going on, because I was just literally just fine. This sometimes happens in communication, but right now To me, this would be somebody that has a severe issue. This could be lung or throat cancer, something to do with this area. They could have choked. They could have been murdered in this way. Right now, I'm having a hard time. Cindy Boyd, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Sounds like mom, she had tubes down her throat. Phoebe, I'm not sure, but it could be that. I'm having a really tough time here. I was literally just talking to my husband with no issue. When this happens to me, the last person I had a reading with, they died of cancer here. So this tells me something something of an unnatural amenity. You've been having severe thyroid issues. I don't know, hon. This is like really harsh to swallow. I just opened the window. It just feels like I have a really dry mouth. It's really scratchy and it's almost burns a little bit. And I have not had this problem whatsoever at all since I felt better. So I'm not sure what this is. But I think this has to do with someone passing on. Corinne, that's a wonderful, it could be something like that. But to me, it's literally just from here, and my mouth is severely dry right now. It's almost like I have a cotton mouth. Something to do with, I'm getting this random word, rain. Sammy, my father died of cancer. Father-in-law died of cancer decades ago. Whimsical mistakes. My dad had tonsil cancer. Oh boy, we've got a lot of people then having this. But to be exact, a woman that states mom and also will. That was the main thing that came through already today. Chloe Jade, my child's name is Rain. Oh, okay. Bubble bath show. Okay, Elvie. I heard rain, so I'm gonna say rain. I'm hearing the name title. The word title. Elaine and say my mother-in-law had GERD. Her husband's name is William and passed away before she did. Okay. No matter what, any negative comments, we just let them just keep flying up. We don't give any cause to them. We're going to stay focused here. Okay. What would your message be and who for, dear? Something about fall? Outside noise is distracting me. Who on here would you like to give the message to? I'm just going to say what just came through. Oh, my throat's feeling a little better right now. I have the words mom. Hi, new here. Hello. That's right, Bubble Beth. So I'm going to give you what I have so far that just came through from this female. Mom, fall, pill, take, give. And then also like the name Phil, almost like Phil or a Bill. But when I get Bill, I will get William. So I didn't hear Bill. I only heard Phil. We're not worried about them though, okay? We're on here tonight. We're not going to get distracted by them. Remember, we don't give any platform to them. We just keep with our we just keep with our cause. I feel a little out of breath. So I'm picking up a lot of energy that would have had issues, a lot of issues here with the chest, the throat. Definitely a woman. Okay, so who is the message for that would, what name do you want me to state this to? Who is this for? Okay, but I understand. But what is the person you want to get the message to? Diane Cat, it could be a possibility. I heard Phil. I didn't hear Phyllis. But sometimes we always get shorter words for a bigger name. Can you give me the first name of the person you want the message to go to? She's talking about Will. Will. Wow, I'm out of breath. Your mother had breast cancer. She had a lump on her neck that really restricted her from breathing at the very end. Okay. This person's repeating a will. This could be a relative, this could be a husband, this could be a child, this could be anybody. Heart. She's talking about her heart. Heart. What about your heart, honey? Your mom had COPD. It could be, Dixie. Is will a person to you, or is it like a will in a document, a statement? She said, will, time. Is this a person? She's talking about her husband. This is her husband. Husband. Will would be my mom's best friend's son that just lost his wife in October. Let me just read this again because my brain's not like, I don't know if it's because I'm like out of breath. Will would be my mom's best friend's son. Her name was Brandy. Lost my baby brother 5 weeks ago. Oh, so sorry for your loss. Paige Vaughn. All I want to know is, when will the nightmares end? Oy. Lisa, hello everyone. I'm late, but here now. Better late than never is always good, right? Okay. So I'm thinking this woman on here was speaking about someone that lost their wife. The husband's name was Will. Brandy and Will have 3 children. She lost her life also through cancer. Okay. This could be I'm getting a strange sensation around my head. Also, it went from here to here. If that makes sense to you, if you can validate that, what that would mean for her. But it's the left side of my head, and it kind of like fluctuates to my right side of my head. Now, I don't feel severe pain. It's just like almost like a lightheadedness, or kind of like a light dizzy feeling. It's a very complex, weird feeling. I'm hearing a male speak the name Chase. This could be someone's name. Now, oddly, this is my cat's name, so I doubt this has to do with my cat. This could be a male that is either passed on or trying to get a message to a Chase. It was in her spine. It just traveled everywhere. Okay, honey, that makes sense. A whole lot of sense, because it was strange. I'm getting just odd things in this area here, and it's weird. It's feeling like it's all over. Does anybody can anybody validate oh no, I get them done. That's my one little thing I do for myself. Thank you though, Meatball. But if this is the same woman we're talking about, I did get something about the mouth. Something about the teeth area. I mean, if she had cancer, I understand that. Cancer does make, the treatments can make your teeth fall out. I mean, if you can validate that for me, lovely Libra, that could be the same person we're talking about, because there's something to do with her teeth. There's something she spoke about. You have a nephew, Chase, April. His father died recently in the hospital. Okay. April, with that, hold on one second. I'm being shown something to do with the hand. Chase is one of her son's names. Lovely. Okay. All right. Well, can you validate, lovely, about the hand? There's something about that hand. So this might be still for you, but if there's something to do with the hand, I need to know, because I need to know exactly if this is referring back to you or if it's referring back to April. No, you don't know if she had teeth issues. So that could be for Phoebe. Because this woman, well, teeth issues doesn't mean she had to have had teeth issues. It could have been, like I said, when I'm the symbol for teeth, when they show me teeth in a way that they're discolored or they look, I'm gonna say bad, and I don't mean that in a mean manner. That's usually a symbol for sickness to me. Your mouth tells a story. Lovely Libra. Lisa, you're welcome, honey. She couldn't walk much at all when she was diagnosed. Okay. That's okay, Sabine. We don't give any energy, like we said. We just gonna keep it moving, honey. Carol T. Hello, my darling. Wilted lettuce. Can you tell me if Rick is for you, because these messages are going up too fast. Rick. I'm hearing Rick. I just realized my grandma wanted friend. Oh, Darlene. Okay, that makes sense for you then. Powell came through last time you were on. I just realized my grandma, the one I didn't get along with, had a best friend, Powell. I was little but sort of remembered her and took a picture a long time ago, and a grave marker named Powell. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up and we figured out what that was, because that came the last time we spoke on here. I had no idea what Powell was. Oh, I'm missing some of your messages. Sorry, guys. Miss Deborah, hello. No, honey. I just want to know if a Rick is a relation to you, or if it's someone that would be kind of like in your circle that would have passed away, because when I read your name, I heard the word name. I heard the name Rick. So for me, that's usually something that's behind it. Like, perfect example, Darlene, we spoke of Powell the last live, and it didn't go, it didn't get to her. So now she's telling me this week exactly what Powell meant to her. Asking my friend. Okay. Just keep on doing that. You know, if who comes through is who comes through. If it's a person that was passed on by the name of Powell, that makes more sense because the Powell sign you've seen, I mean, for me, that really wouldn't be why that would pop up so quickly. Ash Cash, you're welcome. You saw a medium wilted lettuce about 5 months ago who name was Rick. So we can speak to Ryan. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, honey, maybe that's a cue to you go back to him. Sometimes, you know, just go back. Whenever I do a reading for someone in my hometown, I always tell them, please come back if you choose, but wait a while. I'm not one of those people that will say, come back to me. No, if you choose to do another reading with me, wait a year, wait 2 years, wait 3 years. You don't have to go on readings from people to get answers from spirit. You're connected with spirit. You don't really need a medium to talk to spirit. They will give you subtle messages. It's very simple. We just don't understand it because it's a different way of connection. No, that's okay, darling. Sharon, 21. My sister's boyfriend passed in 1996. His last name was Powell. Okay. Rick Hayes. Okay. Carol T, I always state, when your animals pass away, they deserve a space at the light as well. It's not people go to the light and not animals. I've done many readings where people have their animals on the other side with them. It doesn't matter if what people think about that. There are animals that are on the other side. I've seen them with their loved ones. And it's like I said, when you leave the body, there is no pain. You cannot feel pain. When I speak to spirits and I get the reaction that they had in life, it's a psychic impression that I pick up about them. It's a lot of feeling of how they felt in life. And once that time was up, they don't feel that anymore. A lot of energies do come in through dreams, because if spirits just walked around every day for people to see them, a lot of people could not mentally handle that. That is a rough thing. It's also a very emotional thing. To wake up from a dream. How many times have any of you woken up from a dream from a passed on loved one? How did you feel? You would feel either really happy, really sad because you woke up and you didn't get to stay with them longer. It's that emotional connection and emotional bond that you have to have and let go when you're waking. It's very hard. Thank you, darling. Signs and symbols are every single place we go. We're so used to seeing the mundane world, we don't understand what a sign and a symbol really is, or the actual importance of a feather or a penny, or the same song that keeps popping up. Even if it has nothing to do with that person in life, listen to the words. That's the purpose of it. They're trying to get a message through to you. Spirit doesn't have a physical body, so it's not like they can reach all over to you and just say, hey, what's going on? Why are you sad? They have to find other ways to communicate with you. Isha Harley, yes, dear, I will. We can get in touch in some way for that. Okay. My dog was put to sleep in December. She still comes to me in my dreams. Animals tend to do that for quite a few years after they're gone. And after those few years, you really won't see them in your dreams anymore, but you'll get the feeling of them. Wilted lettuce. Ryan said that he never lost consciousness. It is scary for me, and my ex-love last name is Powell. Tammy, we've had several things come through for you. I've seen him a year ago. He told me he has skin cancer on his nose. Okay. April, my husband says I'm weird, but I actually can smell my mother-in-law who passed away. That's not weird. It's actually more of a an everyday occurrence than most people think. Cigarette smoke, perfumes, anything, flowers. My dad comes to see me by cigarette smoke, or he'll come to me in my dreams, or he'll just flat out talk to me. It's not weird though. It's actually very normal. Let's see. I mean, I speak to passed on people all the time, but if I'm going to have an emotional dream with a loved one, I still feel the same as you guys do. I wake up, I feel upset, or I feel really happy. It's an emotional you cannot disconnect with. Yeah, my grandmother evidently liked lilacs, and that was her favorite thing. And I will just randomly smell lilacs all the time in certain times. I'm this breathing. Oh yeah, you can definitely wake up emotionally heartbroken from it. You definitely can, yes. Definitely a feeling of sadness when you miss that person so much, and then when you wake up and realize, oh, it was just a dream. No, that wasn't just a dream. That was an actual visit from them through through your dreams. When you're asleep, your consciousness is wide open, so they have easier access to you. Kim, I hope you're all doing well. I going the right way? Am I doing spiritually I am going the right way. Spiritually wise. When you have a baseline of questioning your spirituality or questioning your life, usually you have a lot of unanswered questions. And the best thing to do is not ask other people. I always tell people, follow your gut instinct. Don't follow this. Follow here. Follow your gut instinct. When you feel like something's not going right, always listen to your intuition. You do not have to go see a medium or a psychic for that. Diane, a penny, found one in the living room face up. And it was after cleaning lady was here. She would have seen it. Comes to me, I miss her so much. All you have to do is ask spirit. It is simple as that. You have to remember, leaving your body, they have to find an actual way to communicate with you. Most of the time it's dreams. Most of the times it's through smells that they had in life. Most of the times it's feathers or pennies or music. Heck, it could even be a touch. They can, play with your hair. I'm hearing Will again. Will Trace. Will and Trace. Will and Trace. Now, Trace could be someone's name, short for Tracy. Also, so when I hear 5 or if I hear May, so I'm hearing Will, Trace, May. This could be just May symbolizes to me the number 5 because my son's birthday is in May. So automatically I know 5 has to do with May. May has to do with 5. Oh. Okay. Your grandmother does, yes. I'm trying to catch up on your messages because I'm trying to read them, so I stop them so I can try to slowly go up. She even asked you in my reading, couldn't I smell? Yes, I remember that, Nikki. But yeah, a butterfly. Butterflies are another big thing. For me, granddaughters tell me it's just something that happens to me every time I'm out. Whenever I'm out, I'll see owls will follow over my head, or they're called, I don't know if they're called chicken hawks or some sort like that. But every time I'm out, they're out. Yes, me too, Grace. And it's strange, I usually don't pick up so many people with issues with cancer. But when, as you can see, I'm not bothered now. So that tells me that woman stepped back, stepped away. Abby, I wish I could speak to my grandma and grandpa. So these lives are wonderful because it gets out so many information and so many energies can step through. But what I used to do is single on one-on-one live readings. Only one person reads. I am going to go back to that. That's uh, just for that specifically. So I have a lot of people, I wish I could talk to this person, talk to this person. But when I do groups, it's hard to say who's going to come through. Now, for the readings that are one-on-one, I tell people you have a choice between YouTube or Facebook, or whatever it is that how they want to do it. I closed my Facebook down. As you know, people were trying to hack it. Too bad. I had taken care of that. I usually give people a choice between YouTube or Facebook Messenger if they want a private reading, or if they want something more just out there. Do they want it on YouTube for people to see, or do you want it to be more private? I give them choices. I used to hear your dad. My dad used to whistle, and I had heard it one day. As soon as I woke up, I knew he was there by his whistle. He would always whistle. Nikki, I smell cherry blossom. It's one of my favorites, Nikki. Everybody is born with the ability. I don't really like to say gift, because I feel like that, to me, that makes me feel that other people don't. No, everybody is born with an ability. Why do you think children are able to energies? I call them energies, I call them spirits. How do you think children are able to see them so young? Or they say things that scare their parents, or it wasn't real, you're just imagining that. No, they're really talking to somebody. They're really seeing somebody there. We are wide open as children. We are wide open when we sleep. As we age, we either lose it or we keep using it and we just become better at it. That's all. It's just the way we groom ourselves intellectually, or on the subject of, is it fearful? Is it scary? Most people, I'm evil. I'm consorting with demons, all sorts of, I've heard every nonsense. I've heard about last week someone posted my video saying I'm fake. My feelings can't be hurt. I can't be called a fake. I tell you why. I only say what spirit tells me. Do I get money for this? No. This is a free thing. I don't get money. I don't this is not something I do for money. People don't understand that. Just, if you want this kind of ability, go back to the drawing board. The way you take care of yourself, be open to it, practice. You don't have to be this mystical person who wears one of those big things with a crystal ball. It doesn't work like that. I hate to tell everybody, just some foolish aesthetic people think that is. Ellen, I lost my brother and father months apart. Oh my God, it's awful. I'm so sorry for that, dear. How many of you have had regards to hummingbirds? Hummingbirds is another thing as well. A hummingbird is a big spiritual connection as well. April, I'm going to get back to you. So when I heard the name or the word Chase, I also had, it's almost as if I was being shown a left hand, and there's something wrong with the left hand. It could be from a car accident, it could be broken, it could be anything like that. That could also be a description as well. we are getting kind of like disconnected, sort of. Here, Mom sets off the alarm when she visits. Oh, you have a hummingbird tattoo on your shoulder. There you go. I'm still having a little bit of issues swallowing right here. Cardinals are, I would say cardinals are the first big thing. Hummingbirds are another. Sarah, I'm having surgery on June 12th. Will my parents be with me? In the sense of, if you're having surgery, it's not just going to be the parents that are with you. Anyone that is of your ancestral line that has a connection with you, they will be there guiding you, protecting you through the whole thing. I'm going to be posting other pictures. I've been posting pictures on my YouTube page about like spiritual contact, pictures of a Native American, things of that nature. When my son had a severe surgery on his back, I had been praying at the moment, and I was very fearful, the recovery, everything. And in the clouds, you can actually see a beam of light coming down, and you can almost either see angel wings or you can see almost like a face. I will post that up and show you guys so you can see it. Yeah, Susan, those are all synchronicity numbers. You will see not just 1111, you'll see 4444, you'll see you'll just see all the numbers in relinquished time in the number line. From Ireland, welcome, my love. Okay, Grace. Crazy bunches, Sarah. I see a specific animal all the time. I like to say that is I call it your spiritual animal, because that's what the animals are to me. I knew there was going to be slander, because wolves, when slander happens to me in my life, to where people will be saying awful things about me, which, like I said, I don't care, the wolves will come to me. They will sit off in the background and they will howl. When I see owls, that tells me there's something spiritual that I need to pay attention to. Each animal you see has a meaning, whether it's in front of you or in your dreams. They all have meanings that you need to pay attention to. I will be starting, Melissa. I will be starting one-on-one readings again on YouTube. No, they don't cost anything. No. And when I do these readings, I give the person a choice between a live reading or just a video to make, to see what comes through at the time, so that person can see it and view it, or they can be interactive with it. So it's either a one-on-one live or a one-on-one video that they get to see. I will post a short video. And I mean, it's going to be like a minute long. It's going to be so short. It's not a purpose to make a video for any subject. It's going to be, if you want a free reading, please place your name under here. But just do understand, I have years out of free readings. This is why the lives go on. But when it takes precedent is when there's children missing, and I take that case. So I've slowed down on it because we have summer. We've had Sweet Sebastian. You know, it can be very time consuming. Do a lot of people have near-death experiences and their abilities grow? In a lot of cases, people who have near-death experiences, they do grow a sense of awareness, because people have reached the other side and came back. Energies do have this quality of wanting to be around them more. More so earthbound spirits, or it can be spirits that have passed on but have a connection with you because you went over to the other side. In that general sense, I know when I went to the other side shortly, being so bright and so beautiful and so warm and just being part of just this existence I didn't understand because I didn't see my body. I know things at that time got almost uncontrollable spiritually. I became very, I needed to constantly have to ground myself because I felt I felt I just wanted to go back, and I knew I couldn't because I was sent back here because my Caleb was special needs, autistic. And so I had this overwhelmingly feeling, I just want to go back. I just want to go back. But when I was sent back to this time, this life, energies will, you know, make their way around you to get you to understand you're still here. You have to stay grounded here. And they will do so by, you know, immense emotion. You will feel either really happy or really sad. And you have to try to balance that out. So when you see cardinals, most of the time people don't realize those are spiritual qualities. People don't know those are symbols. For example, my husband's cousin, he was murdered. And his sister, who was my husband's cousin that was murdered, his sister, the day that the ashes were given to her, she had asked her brother, please send me a sign. 2 cardinals flew right in front of her and sat in the tree right in front of her, which would have been her mother and her brother. Perfect. There's definitely a connection with spirit and the animal spirit and anything around you that you're going to catch your eye, but sometimes you just don't even realize it's there. When you're through so much trauma, you're going through so much of the mundane, busy world, the spirits will give you symbols. You just don't see them because you're so busy. Our lives are so hectic. We're meant to be stressed and struggling, and in that aspect, we just don't have a quiet moment most times. How many of you can honestly sit there and say, you wake up, you go right to meditate, you go right to, you know, I got to take a moment for myself? No, you don't. That alarm clock goes off and you're up and you're at it with your kids, or you're going getting ready for work. You don't take that in between time for yourself, even though you just woke up and you feel rested. Remember, you are connected to spirit by the way you are grounded here. So when you're not grounded, or you're working out of a hatred place, you're not going to be connected with spirit. Yes, I really do believe that as well. What's my YouTube page? You're on it. Your grandparents come in the form of robins. My granddaughter would see the Native American man, the picture that I posted up on my YouTube page. How many of you saw the picture with the eyes in the trees? That picture was my property. Where my property was, there was a huge war on my property that went through that whole land. There is landmarkers. That place is very, very, very special. I didn't sell it. I gave it to my son, in which he is taking it over. He is taking it over, and he is redoing the property. He also knows to respect the land. So in that aspect, I've had things happen on that property when, if you don't take care of the land properly, when you're on native burial ground, which is not okay to be on, but I've also come to be in a one-to-one aspect with them as well. So I respect them and they respect me, and I deeply, deeply respect them. So I knew if you cut down a tree, you're going to have issues. Everything on that property and that land is only borrowed. That was not my property, so to speak, spiritually. And I always made sure to tell them that I believe this is your place. Thank you for allowing me to be here. And that's how I always connected with them. I'm definitely having issues with swallowing. Ginger. I'm going to open my windows for a minute. Let me get some fresh air in. If a hawk is coming to your balcony, that's their place of calmness. They trust you. For me, that's they know they're safe in your area, and they also are the animal that you want to pay attention to. If the hawks are coming to you, that is, in native terms, hawks, eagles, that is a creator. They take messages to the creator. Hawks are very, very spiritually, it's a big deal. So that's actually a nice thing that's happening. And pay attention. Well, I'm going to be placing the video up, so free reading, please just put your name under there if you're interested. If not, that's okay. Beckham, refer to me what you mean by that. No, April, I don't allow money. I don't take money. But thank you for offering, though. I can still do one for you and your family, for sure. I just don't allow money. Definitely. Would I have to be related or personally know a missing person to get a rating? Most times I work strictly with the family of the missing person. But in situations the cases that I've worked in, it's family that's involved in the issue. So I usually just work strictly with the family. I used to just do random videos like that, yes. But I've come to just work with the families. Well, thank you, Dakota. I'm smelling my mother-in-law, Sandy. Please let me know if she comes through. Okay, dear. Tammy, I don't give medical advice. I'm going to give you something that I've been reading up on for a while. I've actually seen stories that have been success stories. I am in no way a doctor. I am in no way, I don't like to give this kind of energy workout. Red light therapy, I've seen several stories where there have been issues here, and absolutely people have come back 100% from it. Check into it. Do your research. Don't listen to me. Do the research. But I'm telling you, it's worked wonders for a lot of people. There's a lot of studies on that, to where it's helped dementia, it's helped your skin, it's helped scars, it's helped nodules, it's helped breast cysts. It's anything and anything it helps with. Do your research on it, though. I definitely, honestly, I would suggest it, but I'm not a doctor, so please don't take my advice in that area. Autistic children and any child, period, should be the loves of our life. Well, before you step away, what message would you like to give? Was it Sandy or Randy? Or am I hearing it wrong? Are you saying Sandy or Andy? Okay. I'm hearing the name Andy loud and clear. I had to first check it because I swear I heard Randy or Sandy. Yeah, they will definitely give you a signal. Animals. My dog, we had gotten our Doberman a mate, and he would howl before the death of a person or an animal, and it would be days before it happened. So it wasn't something that would happen as he was howling. It was prior to, which I thought was very, very funny, very cool, very strange, because animals can sense death, but usually at the time of it, not way before. So I was kind of like surprised that I was kind of surprised that days before it would happen. Well, thank you. You saw the natives in the picture? Yeah. That was just one of them. The Native American that was buried on that property, but in the far back area, actually where those trees were, where the picture was taken. And the Native Americans would, to map out the system so they could walk through, they would crisscross trees, they would bend trees. And at that tree, that very specific tree, that tree is literally bent into a mapping system. It is like perfectly bent on both sides, like an X. And I know his wife is also buried there and his daughter. I'm just going through some of your messages. We're back to Chase. Okay. Yeah, very much so. Did you say rib or wrist? Are we still talking about Chase or somebody else? I'm getting Chase, pain, either rib or wrist. And then we're back to Paul. My throat is very, very bothered tonight. There's probably just a lot of energies around me that have, like, even it's going into my jaw now, into my lower jaw. Someone that had this had a very, very severe issue. No, Deborah, I already got you, honey. You have to get your reading first. Hello, Miss Tammy. Okay. I'm going to try to go over all your messages. There's a whole bunch of them here, so I'm definitely trying to read them and go at the same time, but I don't want to lose concentration with spirit, so I'm just going to Nikki, what, Nikki, was Paul a smoker? Do you know? Or burn. I'm getting burn as well. Yeah? Okay. Colette, that's why I'm giving people more options to just do one-to-one readings. Because when a lot of people are just on here for Sebastian and Summer, so no, I get you, Nikki. I understand, honey. I'm gonna just switch this up and change this paper. So everything that I've heard today so far while I'm on here with you guys, just so you know, is right here. Some people will say, oh, she's not writing anything, she's just, you know, blah blah. But here, this is what this is me writing, just so you all know. When I work with Sebastian, that was also one of the reasons why I haven't been on strep throat. But I also had a really bad, severe migraine. But it also comes to me like that after I work with Sebastian. The whole left side of my head went into my neck and into my shoulder. It wasn't a whole head migraine. It was just one side of my head, and it goes down into my shoulder every single time I work with Sebastian. When I'm going to answer this question for Patricia, when we meditate, we begin to put ourselves in the right frequency. For those that want to try this and try to get on the same level, meditation is one of the best ways to do it. And so is taking care of yourself physically and mentally. It's hard to do it with the way we live nowadays. There's so much stress and craziness going on. When I go to the store, I can see a person's stress level in their face. Everyone looks so tired, so worn down, so exhausted. People just don't want to deal with shit no more. And when they look like that, to me, life has gotten so rough and hard on them. And when we get to that mode, it's hard to do anything spiritually. So you have to really, really, really put the effort in for you time and meditate. Because when you meditate, you get on that balanced frequency, spirit and energy. Oh, I'm not worried about that, Kelly. That doesn't hurt. Like I said, I have tough skin. I've been this way since, God, I remember 4. That's my earliest memory. I don't remember past 4. They really do. They really, really do. They look so sad and bothered. You rarely see anybody smiling or even using their manners in the store anymore. When you guys see the video go up, list 4 readings, you'll know exactly what video to put your name under, okay? And then we'll pick the person that comes through for that person in the reading, so to speak, as in, usually it's strange, it happens to me like that. I will get a person's name, and that's how I pick it sometimes. Or it's usually just out of a jar. I'll add to the names, but it's like that. It really is, Sandra. It's really stressful for a lot of people. Yeah, I will make sure I put that video up. And it's, when I tell you a video of a very short few words, it's just going to be just for that special reason. And that's okay to sound the way, it's okay to sound and talk about it on here. No one's judging anybody for having those kind of feelings. Oh, I know it is. Pink butterfly, we're going to be getting into that conversation very shortly here. Messages are coming up pretty fast, guys. I'm trying to read them all. I'm sorry. You definitely have to surround, ground, and shield yourself, dear. That will help with those types of issues. You should. I will be posting things up on my YouTube page. Try not to look outward to fix depression. When you're depressed, you have to go inwards. What I've learned, depression is usually, like I said, I don't give medical advice, but learning about depression, it's usually deficiencies somewhere in vitamins, or we can fix a lot of things internally that I have an energy here telling me almost like there is somebody on here that it's almost like they can fix things if they feel like they can give life. They can, I don't know if that's referencing, symbolizing having a child. Um, Having a child doesn't fix things. Um, it's a beautiful thing to have a child, absolutely. Um, Giving life to a child isn't going to fix the internal depression that someone feels or the internal emptiness. Some people don't understand that um, some people, they can feel like they can fill a void if they have a child and feel that emptiness by having a child. There's almost like an energy here telling me um, giving life isn't going to fix that for you. Hold on, I'm seeing something about Dixie, something about swelling in the legs. Um, I didn't see that message, Dixie, but I will get back to that. Um, to whoever's speaking about swelling in the legs, that is a symptom that your heart's probably not pumping right. The salt intake is too high. You could have a possible blood clot. But like I said, in healthcare, yes, but I should never give you diagnosis over something like this. If you're having swelling legs, you need to go to the doctors and be evaluated in a way that you need to have some sort of CAT scan. You need to check your levels, your hormone levels. Your salt intake needs to be lowered, anything like that. Star Bright, yeah, that would make sense because, but I'm still feeling the effects of it. Like I'm getting bouts of short breath as well. Beckham, you definitely have to, um, you definitely have to realize, um, loving yourself has to come within, sweetie, not without. You can't fix yourself with external things. Try these things: meditation, eating a high diet in fruits, vegetables, proteins. What we eat actually causes us to have um, mental crashes, I like to say. I don't like to call anybody ever mentally unstable or anything like that because they're having bad thoughts. No. Check what you're eating. Check the group you're with, honey. That could be a downfall for you. If you're around negativity all the time, you soak that in and you take that with you, and it makes you sad and depressed. If you're watching really sad things on TV or music that is very just in that sense not good for you to listen to, whether it's a lot of swearing, a lot of things about murder, anything like that affects us like sponges. If you just try something just as simple as meditation, try eating a healthier diet. And that's not to say stop eating, go be a vegan. No, some people aren't meant to be a vegan. I tried vegan, I can't do it. Just try a different way of loving you first. We love everybody else. We try to do everything for everybody else. But most of the time, we're not loving ourselves. Edema can be a very, very serious thing in nature. You will need something that's called fusinamide or Lasix, because if the fluid builds up in your body, what it can do is weaken your heart. So you have to have Lasix to release some of that fluid. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I would really like, if you would go get checked out and have a serious workup and see what they tell you. Most of the time, if you have swelling in the legs, it's most of the time you have high salt intake. You need to have Lasix. You need to move around more. You need to change your diet specifically. Diet is what heals us or slows us down to a very unhealthy rate. That would be my workout plan to you if you were my patient. But I don't like to give you that because I don't ever want anybody to think I know everything. I don't. Okay, I want to get some questions started for open discussion. Like I said, I really wanted to give you guys time with me. We usually just jump right into cases, but I feel like you guys just don't realize how important you are. I try to give enough time for you guys to hopefully get some messages. I will, like I said, post that up after to make sure you guys place your names. Um, Tammy Penter, if you're on here, a male just stated your name. I'm sorry, some of your messages are backed up, guys, because I'm trying to read them all for you. I'm trying to get to everybody. Cross. Is this still for Tammy Penter? No, not Hunter. Tammy Penter. I'm not sure, Tammy. I'm hearing your name, specifically male. Then I hear the word cross and then Maine. Well, Andy was mentioned earlier. I don't know if you were on here. If that was for you, maybe. What does that mean to you, Tammy? But Andy was spoke of earlier. Yes. Are we going back to the... Are we going back to the... Oh, okay. I'm hearing the name Paul again. Yes, I heard you say Andy. He is my cousin that passed away, and today is his birthday. Oh my goodness. Well, happy birthday, Andy. Even happy eternal birthday. What does cross and Maine have to do with that, Tammy, though? I'd like to hear your answer on that. Unless they're just giving you that sense of, to tell her this way, maybe you traveled to Maine or something like that. That's funny. Well, happy birthday to everybody that has a birthday today. Tammy, can you tell me what that means for cross and Maine, or do you want to talk about it another time? I don't know what Maine is, but do know cross. Drive home from out of town. So you know what? Hold on. I didn't know what Maine is, but I did know as we got into my car out of town. Okay, so you do. Okay, that makes sense to you then. Okay. Okay. Also, the name Dawn. Dawn. I'm hearing Dawn and Chris. Dawn and Chris. Yep. Okay. Beckham, you always have a place here. Don't worry about ever feeling like you can't talk about the way you feel. It doesn't even have to do with what we're all talking about here. If it gives you a space to talk freely, then you talk. Okay. What is this in regards to? Chris, from the case we're working, or? Oh, okay. No, we're not talking about Summer. We're talking about Chris paying Paul. So we're going back to, oh, I'm not worried about trolls. My anger is over with. I've given my statement. If you don't want to come on my show and be interviewed by me, and you don't want me to ask you the hard questions, stop talking to me. That's it. You're not going to get me mad. You're not going to get me upset, period. And I'm letting that go, because every time we give them a platform, we take away from Sebastian. So let's keep it going. That's it. Yeah, I'm believing so, Diana. Can you ask Andy what Maine means? Yes, I will do that for you, my darling. Andy, what does Maine mean for Tammy? He's referencing cross. Are we talking about intersection? Are we talking about, was there an accident? Tammy, if you can get with me on here so I can validate what he's trying to tell me. So sometimes I don't know how to interpret things. He's talking about cross. When you asked about Maine, he's talking about cross. So my question is it an intersection? Was there an accident? Was there something? What are you referencing this to, dear? I'm not sure what you mean here. Tammy, can you pop on here, dear, and validate what is he's talking about, or do you, if you even know? We're talking about cross when you asked about Maine, and then something about intersection and speed. Hello. Okay. He died of a bad infection. Okay, we're back there. Okay. Okay, back there. I won't be able to move forward until we're done with him. Okay, so what message do you have for Tammy? Because you just mentioned her name again. I'm gonna like skip on the questions right now, guys, just so I can get this question answered, and we can move forward with the reading. What message do you have for Tammy? Roll this window up and this window. What message would you have for Tammy? You were in a bad car accident and partially paralyzed, but not because of speed. That doesn't, that's, he was showing me a speedometer, so that's why I wrote down speed. So he was showing me that could have been an accident. That's how I took it. Tammy, what's the mouth have to do with anything? It's like a, there's tingling in my mouth, there's a taste in my mouth, almost like as if it's a battle infection of some sort. It gave me a sense of there's an issue with sickness of some sort. Oh my God, wait, my son and I were almost hit in an intersection the other day as a kid was speeding. Okay, there it is. Okay, Tammy. Well, there you have it. Okay. When I asked the message for him, that's what the answer was. So that's more or less. Yeah, I just read it, honey. For me, was the infection something to do with something he ingested or something to do with the mouth? Because I'm back at the mouth issue and I'm back at feeling very odd, very strange. Now, this could have been something he ingested from antibiotics or something that would have started in the mouth and moved down to the body. Okay, so that makes sense then, Tammy. Okay. That's also more of a sense of, hey, I was here. It's more like a lookout for you. You almost get hit in an intersection. So that's more or less to say, hey, I was here to protect you in that kind of aspect. Whether it could have been just a, a small thing or a big deal. They are there with us. If they can protect us, they will. Yeah, he's definitely giving you confirmation for sure. Okay. Tammy, I'm not sure just yet if this is for you still, but I had just heard the name Katie. Tammy, do you know who Katie is? Work. I'm also hearing the word work. Hello from the UK. No worries. AJ Collins, I got a Katie. Does this still have to do with you, Tammy? Because if not, I want to make sure it's not where I'm thinking it's going. Infection was because of his diabetes. He also had a stroke and couldn't speak. Okay. Maybe that's why my mouth was numb. I had a strange taste in my mouth, which diabetes, right? When you have diabetes, one of the symptoms is you can go Google this. One of the symptoms of having diabetes is a metal can taste in your mouth, and that's what I was tasting. You're in awe right now? Thank you. You're welcome, sweetie. Can you tell me if Katie has to do with you and also work? I just want to make sure this is for you before I move on to Sebastian. Katie is not for me. Wonderful. Okay, so we are moving on then. Okay. Also, we're back with the will thing. Okay, so what is will and who is this for? Is will a document or is will a name? I keep hearing Paul and Will. I believe I heard this earlier. Paul and Will. Paul and Will. Okay, so now that we are on track here, I'm hearing the name Katie, Will, and Paul. This was for Aldridge, I believe. Though, oh, that's okay. I believe, oh, all right, thank you. I'm being told Katie, Will, Paul, Tom, Proudfoot. William, my son, Paul, my brother-in-law. Katie, my nickname, in my aunt's name. Well, will, I usually hear as a document, as in a will and testament, or as in a person's name will, but whenever it is a will, I will hear Bill to follow to make sure Spirit is guiding me to a person named that. Right, Kelly, exactly. I'm not sure. Paul has been coming up in everybody's reading. I am working quietly on Sebastian's case. I haven't released any new information for reasons. I'm putting out, I'm working in a circumference area. I've gotten a lot of things in that circumference. A lot of things. But I can't put any more information out into location status due to, as we know all why. We won't, like I said, we're not giving anybody a platform here today. Your mom just did her will. Paul, my second husband, what will he have to say to me? Heard yesterday Paul was the lead investigator in Sebastian's case. Could Will be other person other than Paul that helped the Proudfoot? As I said, Tammy, when I get Will, usually Bill will follow, as in, okay, William, nickname Bill. So I haven't gotten that yet. Yes, Paul is CP's friend. Okay. You may ask some questions, but I cannot answer on location due to I'm working on that privately, so I cannot give that out. So just bear with me, and everything and anything makes sense at the end of every case that I work. Mm-hmm. What extension did CP dial to report Sebastian missing? Sebastian, or Seth, the father. You guys are telling me a new team on here. Yes, I know they're on here. I'm aware. Thank you. Ask Sebastian if they're yellow spray paint. I'm hearing the name Don. Is Sebastian in a well or drain area? With Sebastian, I feel him. I don't believe Sebastian is in water now. And as I stated prior to any of this, I don't believe that was Sebastian. I will always say what comes through in spirit, and that for me is not Sebastian in that photo. No. Ask Sebastian if there's any hidden rooms in the house. Sebastian, were there any rooms that were hidden in your house, your mother's house? No. If at any point Sebastian cannot communicate, I would like to have his guides with me. You know, this has come up now again. He's talking about stairs. There's stairs. What's... Because in the last live, somebody said there was no basement in that house. So he's talking about stairs, stairs, stairs. Did he get... One second, guys. These messages are coming up pretty fast, Mosquito. Is that... maybe that's what they're referring to. Because when I keep... This is the second time, but this time it was shown to me stairs. So, garage. I'm hearing the word garage. Loft, okay. You know, okay. Now I need to ask what this means, because this is the second time. How many of you remember the last time that I was asked to ask this question about the basement and stairs, and Paul came up. Stairs and Paul came up. The exact same thing has come through yet again. Paul and stairs, Paul and stairs, Paul and stairs. How did he leave the house? Batter. Batter means hit, hurt. Yeah. The last time I did a live, stairs and Paul came up. Right. I know, TJ. I was told because that's why I assumed there was a basement, because I saw stairs and I didn't understand how then I have a basement, but they have to, because it didn't look like the typical stairs you would go up to go to a room or a bedroom or a higher part of the house. To me, it looked something like perfect example, loft. I'm not sure. I assumed it was basement because of the way the stairs came. To me, it was like going down into something. But after that, I got Paul. And here I am. Paul stairs. It's I need to figure out what that means. Very interesting craft and crime. That could very well be. Sebastian or Sebastian's Guides. Perfect example. Can you tell me what Paul exactly has to do with Sebastian missing? Did Paul have something to do with Sebastian's disappearance? I got a two-parter for that. I got a yes and a no. Okay, let me be more specific. Did Paul hurt Sebastian? No. Okay, so we have that clear. Paul did not hurt Sebastian. Did Paul help move Sebastian's body? When Sebastian went missing, I know. When Sebastian went missing, how many people were present? How many people helped hide the body? I know I asked that before, but I just wanted to make sure I had the same answer back, okay? Good question, Ginger. Did Paul work with Chris? I do believe we asked this question already, though. Did Paul work with Chris? Sometimes I don't understand what they mean, but I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I hear. I hear waiver. Now, a waiver. Think about what that means. And then friend. So this is Chris's friend. I assumed in the beginning this was Katie, but it has to do with Chris. TJ, I agree. I believe that also. Good question. Did Paul loan a vehicle to Chris Proudfoot? I hear the word disappear. Chris. Mom. I hear disappear, Chris, mom. Good one. What color is Paul's vehicle? What does he drive? And what color is it? Did you say truck? Red, red, red. I'm hearing red 3 times, and then before that it was truck. Did Paul let Chris use his red truck or a truck? Can you tell me can you give me a different word? I don't understand what that means. Oh, okay. I think I understand. When I asked about the vehicle, did he loan the vehicle? I got the word, which is strange for me, sprawl. Now, sprawl is almost like sprawled out, like you're spread out. And then I got the word Chris and then hide. Yeah, you know, I got the red truck the last time. Sometimes it's good to ask the same questions, so don't think your questions are any good, not any good, because it's good to ask spirit the same question because you never know. It's good to get the same answer back. It's always a good thing to have the answer backed up. If you get a different answer, then that's an issue for me. Yes. I don't know how to ask him that, Grace. I'm not sure how to ask him that. You have to remember, if he's in the in-between, he doesn't understand that yet. Okay. Susie Q73, as I'm reading that, this is what comes through. And I mean immediately. Rick. That hasn't switched either. That has not switched. Paul. And then the word I just said. Sebastian, is waver a gesture, verbal, or a paper? Reading that, Summer G, I just got this strange, I'm going to say picture. I don't like to say vision. Sometimes it sounds foolish. I just got this picture of a paper being ripped in half. Like a paper being ripped in half. I'm going to go back to Susie's question. Where does Paul live? Do you know where Paul lives? Okay, so when I ask you where he lives, can you give me the county he's in? Do you know what I'm asking you, honey? He gave me an answer. It's just I'm not getting what he means. When I asked him about where Paul lives, I hear county, state, county, state. So I'm not sure how to take that yet. Sebastian, there have been a lot of people worried about you, looking for you, doing everything they can to find you. Have you heard any people yelling your name? Have you heard any music? Have you heard dogs barking, sniffing? Let me ask you a little slower, honey. Have you heard any dogs barking around you? Have they missed you anywhere? Have they gone past you? Okay, but did you hear any dogs around you? Have you heard anybody calling your name? I did get 2 words, but I'm gonna leave them out for now. It just 2 basic words, but right now they could mean something important and I need to leave those out. Please understand that. Grace, what color shirt do you have on, Sebastian? I see something with red writing across his chest. Paul is believed to work in law enforcement. It doesn't surprise me. Angela, what if he is in a bunker? There that is again. I hear, let me go back to this. I just saw the question asked. Someone asked if he could be in a bunker. I hear steel frame. Now this is again something I've heard before. Steel frame can represent something he's encased in. It can be something, okay. It could be a well. It could be something that is around him, in that sense, a steel frame. I'm not too sure what wells. I know there's a lot of wells that are, they're not the old stone wells anymore. They're wall, well, frame, steel. Sebastian, do you hear any machines around you? Do you hear any loud machines around you, like construction sites use? Like, do you hear the loud machines going by at all? An RV tank, that's a good question. I'm also hearing the word Gatlin. I keep hearing Gatlin. I don't know if I'm even saying it right. I was just reading a message that popped up on my screen. I'm not sure what Gatlin is. It could be a place, a business. It could be anything. Good one, Tammy. Sebastian, can you tell me where Paul works? What does that mean? He's going, me. What do you mean? Fun. Trap. Day. Mom. Lie. Chris. Wow, okay. Back there again. Go there. What do you mean by that picture, honey? Can you tell me what you mean by that? I'm gonna read here some things that I'm being told here. Grace, I don't believe so, no. I don't know, AJ, if that's what it is. I just keep hearing steel frame. I keep hearing Gatlin. I could be, like I said, I could be saying it wrong. Fit. I'm hearing the word fit over and over and over again. Fun, trap, day, mom, lie, Chris. And then I got this tremendous sadness come over me. It was really... Mink coat. I'm not sure. I have to figure out what Gatlin means. It could be that. Gatlinburg. I only hear Gatlin. If I'm even saying that. If I'm even saying it right. Gallatin. Okay. Sebastian, are you saying Gallatin or Gatlin? Am I saying that wrong? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Or is that... It could be just the way he's saying it because he's repeating it. I mean, he could have mispronounced it that way, and that's why I'm hearing it that way. Like Caleb has a speech impediment. He adds an A at the end of everything has an A at the end. And I don't know if that's why I'm hearing it like that, and that could be the reason why. It's a town in Tennessee. Okay. Paul is also CP's stepdaughter's middle name. What? It's a long shot, but he may also... Oh, no. Spirit will mention So sometimes they will give me, like, perfect example, I will get Ralph. Now, a lot of people know that Ralph means Roy as a nickname. So Ralph is for short for Roy. Well, Roy is actually shorter than Ralph. But we all know that if you look it up, I believe Roy is the name for Ralph is a nickname for Roy. Now, the sheriff that did the interview stating, well, nothing is, there's no criminal investigation, but we haven't taken anything off the table yet, but we have zero evidence. His middle name is Roy. It's a city that is close. It's where the Bowersox live. Oh, that's nice. And this case is so strange. It's like it mimics the Summer Wells case. It's really just it's really strange to me. It's a very mirrored thing, and it's a very off feeling. Sebastian, do you know where, how can I ask this without, I do believe he's stuck in the in-between right now. Yeah, I have to be careful about his emotions. Do you know where the last place they put you? I'm trying to find a space to write something because I have stuff all over my paper. Where, though? Where did you do that? Sebastian, I have to ask you some hard stuff, okay? You're safe with me. You're safe with everybody on here. Yeah, I know. I know he's on there. He's telling me Chris is on here. Sebastian, when I speak to you, honey, I get this overwhelmingly feeling of heat that just shoots right up my body very quick. What is that, honey? Sebastian, can you tell me, did they put you in something, honey, and did they put you in a place that got you very hot? No? Okay. So then why do I get really hot when I talk to you? But isn't that the same thing? Okay. Christy Clark. Did you see Mr. Chris. Did you see Mr. Chris's mother the day you went missing, or the morning you went missing, I mean? Well, what do you mean by that, honey, though? Are you telling me that, are you telling me that, did you see, I believe her name is Kathy. Did you see Kathy that morning? No. He said Chris. Now, they can say he was there, but I do believe he left somehow. That's what I believe. Very well could be, honey. Yeah, I've seen someone put that on there, that they own a construction company. Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg? Okay. Does Chris's mom and dad know what happened? Yes. And then I'm being shown money again. This is another thing that has repeated as yes in those answers. Paid cash. When someone wants to hide something and you're going to pay something, people are going to pay in cash, so there is no trace. And that could be the reason why I keep hearing trace. Christine, it very well could be, because it doesn't always mean it's a person's name. Well, I just wanted to make sure, because it could be just the way he's saying it to me. I might not be saying it wrong. He might be just referencing that the way to me. So when we talk about Paul Sebastian, have you ever seen Paul before? He's showing me what looks to be a motorcycle. I'm not sure if he rode with Chris in like a motorcycle ride. Like sometimes when friends have motorcycles, they just go driving together just as a group. To me, he's talking about a bike. So this means in some way connection. It could be the way he saw him, the way he knew him, if they rode together, or if they even had. I'm not sure if he had a bike at the time. Sebastian, can you tell me some things about your mom? I understand. I thought Paul was friends with Chris. Okay. I'm being told he is. So, is Paul friends with Mom and Chris? He just says before. Talks about before, so I'm not sure if what he exactly means by that. I'm going to try to get some more out of that, but that was his answer. Before. What does that mean, before? Your mom and Chris and Paul before. What does that mean? Chris before. Now he's referencing Chris before. Honey, I'm not going anywhere right now. I know I might be a little slow on the upkeep tonight. My throat's really bothering me tonight. I'm not going anywhere. Not right now. We're good. Okay? What would you like to say? You can say anything you want here. Anything you want, you can say here with us. It can be the most fun thing. It could be the most happiest. It could be anything you want. You just say what you want to say here. It does not have to be about what happened. Okay? You're safe with us. Mom knows. Chris. Okay. Do you have anything to say? Do you want to say anything to Dad or maybe your grandma? Okay. Does anybody know who Stacy is in this case? Who is Stacy? Can anybody tell me who Stacy is? I'm going to ask him anyway. I just want to, I was hoping for something quick here just so I didn't have to re-ask him that. Yeah, it is sad. Possibly, I'm going to ask him. So when you said Stacy, who's Stacy? So now, I'm not going to assume Stacy and Paul know each other or are together, but he's referencing Stacy and then we're referencing Paul again. So is that a connection? I'm not sure yet. Sebastian, here's something, honey, I can ask you. Who knew about Chris and the bad things going on at home? Okay. Mom knew. Did anybody else know? I'm going to assume he means his grandmother. Because I hear either, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm going to say exactly how I heard it, like gram or gam, like a, I don't know if he called her like, I'm Nona or Nani to my grandkids. Some grandkids call their grandmother gram or gam. I've heard that before. It's very strange. It doesn't mean he called her that. It could be he called her two-syllable word, like a, you know what I mean? Did they want you to take you out of school? Hold on. And didn't want to, and Chris got mean. Okay, here's one. Okay. Was Mom around Paul when Mr. Chris was at work? No. Maybe, TJ. It's something like maybe like gram or just, it's something, it's just, I know it's not one word. It could be, it's just very strange how I'm trying to put it and I don't know how to put it. Sarah, the grandma did know and she didn't do anything. Ay. CPS mom, teachers and friends of family and family knew he tried to get, yeah. Ay. Seth's mom. Sebastian, when I'm gonna put this, how can I put this? When you oh yeah, I'm trying to ask a hard question and not make him feel, it's really tough in this area for me to do this. What that night that you remember last, who? Did mom hurt you? Okay. What do you mean? Can you tell me more what you mean? Just so I can understand better. Because sometimes when people say things, they don't mean the same things that we repeat. They could have a different meaning. Okay? Now, when you say that, right? I know. Okay. I understand you didn't want to go to bed. It's okay. Now, did mom try to give you more medicine? Did she make you take the medicine? Did she make you take more medicine than you were supposed to have? What do you mean about the pull-ups? I don't understand. Tell me. You can tell me anything. You don't have to be, just tell me everything that you want to tell me. You don't have to be shy with me, okay? There's nothing that you could say to me that would make me, it's not embarrassing to me at all. There isn't anything that you could tell me that would make me feel in any way about you. I know, it's okay. You said, I just made a mistake. I just made a mistake. Well, what do you mean about making a mistake? What do you mean? Can you tell me what you mean? Did you have an accident and someone got mad at you? Okay. Was it that night? Was it that night that you had an accident and Chris got mad at you? There it is again. Sweetheart, who is they? When you say they, it's okay to say who. You don't have to be afraid with me. You are protected. Okay? No one can ever hurt you again. No one. I'm going to protect you. And these people on here that I'm talking to right here in this camera, see me looking in the camera? These are people that are looking for you right now because they love you. They want you to feel better. Okay? And I know that kind of doesn't make sense to what I'm saying, but you have to understand what I'm doing here. Sebastian, tell me about that night. As hard as it may be, you tell me exactly what happened. Okay. How did you do that? Did someone do that to you, or did you choke? Did someone choke you, or did you choke? Let me just ask one thing at a time, okay? Did someone choke you? Okay. Why? Why did they do that? Do you know why? Not that they had a right to do that to you, but what happened? Talk about pill again. Choke. Did someone choke you? Or did you choke on the pills? Scared. I'm scared. He said I was scared. Okay. Why were you scared, honey? You can tell me. Are you saying Paul or Wall, honey? Who made you take the pills? Did Mom make you take your pills? Or did Chris make you take your pills? See, I don't know if he understands the night or prior to. Get some of your messages here. Sebastian, I'm going to talk about something about mistakes, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. You know why it's okay to make mistakes? And you know why we get better after we make mistakes? Because we learn from them. And it's okay to make mistakes. You know, I've made so many mistakes when I was a kid growing up. But you know what? I learned from them. It's okay. It doesn't have to be scary to make mistakes. It's all right. I've made lots of mistakes. Okay? What do you mean, honey? He said, I didn't want to tell. Chris is scary. I know. But you don't have to be afraid of him anymore, okay? You do not have to be afraid of him anymore. He can't hurt you. What about Mom, honey? Talk to me about Mom. He's asking, why, Mom? Why? My husband's truck is a touch button. I don't have a key, so I have to, it only stays on for so long and you have to push the button again. Everybody's on here saying, hello, Sebastian. So, Sebastian, honey, so when you take your medicine at night, right, I remember you telling me this. He's talking about the blue pill, the blue pill. So, did you take this blue pill before, or was this something new? Oh. He's talking about wetting the bed. It's okay you wet the bed. You know what? I know my daughter had that issue for a while, and it's okay. My granddaughter wets the bed. She can't help it. She wears pull-ups too. It just happens, honey. It's not your fault. I know. He said Chris was so mad at me. He's talking about he gets mad when he wets the bed. Sebastian, what can you tell me about What can you tell me about Chris's family? Were they all mean to you? Yeah. Okay. Something about like poked fun at him, picked on him. I'm not worried about mods being cope. I definitely, like I said, we just ignore them. I don't worry about that. Do I look phased or bothered? No, not at all. I already was aware they were in here. They don't phase us. If you give them a platform, then we take away from Sebastian. Kelly X, good question. On the night that you didn't come home, Sebastian, can you tell us where you went? What time every night do you take your pills? Or did you take your pills? Can you tell us where you went, Sebastian? The night you went missing. I know. He's saying, I didn't leave. I didn't leave. I think he's trying to say, even though they're trying to say that he left the house, he didn't leave the house. He didn't take off, is what he's saying. Sebastian, I have to ask you something really hard, honey. Did Chris hurt you in a way that wasn't hitting you? Did he hurt you other ways? Mm-hmm. Did he hurt you? I'm going to ask this. This is a rough question for me to ask, but I have to ask it because I do believe so. But Sebastian, did Chris ever hurt you in your private areas? I don't know what you mean, honey. When I asked him that, he's talking about strain. Sebastian, I remember you talking about someone by the name of Faith. He says friend. Okay. Did Chris ever hit or hurt her? Yeah. How? Did he hit her with a belt too? Oh. He says hand. Where did he hit her? Her mouth. I guess he would hit her in the mouth. Just gets more twisting and twisting. Sebastian, here's a question for you, honey. Were you supposed to go to court? He might not even know this. Maybe they never even told him, but it's a good question to ask. Were you supposed to go to court and talk to somebody about faith? I'm not sure what he means by this. He's saying no, but then he says me. I'm assuming he means like probably once it was said and done and he did go with Seth, he would have said, or something would have happened, and awful feeling I just got right now. Sebastian, when you tell me a steel frame, okay? You said steel frame, okay? Now, can you describe to me what you mean by that? Because I feel like that was from my guides telling me something. I want to hear it from you. What does steel frame mean? You're saying cold, C-O-L-D, or are you saying coal, C-O-A-L? Okay. Where is that? Okay. You said deep down in. Sebastian, when you say, because I have a lot of people asking questions here for you. And just remember, they're here to ask questions because they want to know where you are, okay? They want to find you. They want to bring you happiness. Who took you out of the house that night? I know you said 2 people, but who were they? Okay. Chris and Mom. Chris and Mom. Sebastian, did you, and you're not in trouble, okay? I'm only asking this because I want to know if we have to get Mr. Chris in trouble, okay? Did you bite him on the arm? I think I asked you before, but you know what? Sometimes my memory's not good. Did you bite Mr. Chris on the arm. Yes, forearm. He says forearm. He finished my sentence before I can even finish asking him. Thank you, Cindy. When I ask questions, I have to relate to his mental aspect. So they might not respond well to questions when it has to do with essay abuse. You have to remember that also could have been a reason why he was wearing a pull-up, because sometimes when the fear overtakes you, you just wet yourself. Think about that. Sebastian, did Mr. Chris touch you inappropriately? He's going back to that belt. Did he touch your private area? I will ask you like that. I know he hit you with the belt. I do understand that. I know it was hard. I know. Did he hurt your private areas? Did he touch your private space? As we all know, our private area is down below. Oh, he said touch. Did Chris touch your private area, or are we referencing something different? I figured that. He's saying he touched him in that way, more or less. And then said something to the fact about being gay. And no, I don't say that lightly. I don't use that word. I think that's why he's so homophobic, because deep down under, he can't really be who he wants to be. That's why no relationship with women work out. Does that make sense? Because he's really not meant to be with a woman, if that makes sense to you. I do believe they choke him. I do believe they choked him, yes. Mink coat, CPN wife said he backhanded Faith in the face. And he can still have his kid? Oh, that's nice. Yes, Lori, on the forearm. He speaks of the forearm. Yeah, Faith is a victim too. Sebastian, did you fall in your room, honey? No. What do you mean? Oh, honey, okay. He said head. But after head, he spoke of pound, pound, pound. Which goes back to the vision I saw about hitting him in the head. Sebastian, I hope you can remember this to tell us, because a lot of people are trying to find out, okay? When Chris and Mom hurt you, okay? And I understand it was a very bad thing to go through, and I really am sorry. And I hope that you understand how much we all love and care about you. Can you tell me where that was when it happened? Was it I'm going to give you options, okay? Was it in your room? Was it in the living room? What room in the house did they hurt you in? He's talking about room and then carry out. Room and carry out. Where was Mom's car that night? Garage. Dark. Hole. Paul. I'm gonna help you, sweetie. Okay? I promise. No matter what, we can keep talking, okay, as much as we can. Until we get something, I will keep this up, okay? Sebastian, Mom said the night that you went to bed, she heard a thud in your room. Was there a thud in your room? Was there a noise, a loud bang in your room? No. I figured that. I just wanted to ask you, okay? It could be. It could be. He could probably have been going to court to... He was probably going to make that step with once he was moved in with his dad to let them know what was going on. I know. Sebastian, I know I've probably asked this before. Oh my goodness, my phone's gonna die. Ay, ay, ay. If my live goes off, my phone's gonna die. Sebastian, I know that I probably asked you this before, sweetheart. What was the last thing you remember on your fun day? The very last thing you remember? Did you take out the garbage, Sebastian, or did somebody else do it? When you say that, what do you mean by that? Did you come home that day? He said, yes, for a little while, but they took me away. Did you take the garbage out, Sebastian? Because it said that you're on video from the neighbors taking the garbage out. Is that true? He said he was happy that day. Lost. Mom. Why? Mm. Sebastian, were you awake when you left your house that night when you didn't come back? No. No. He's saying no. Now, did you fall asleep or did something else happen? Happen. Pull. Drug. Left. Go. Mom. Did you say save? Now, when you say drug, honey, do you mean pills that you take? Or do you mean someone pulled you? Okay. Because he puts in two reference of frame here. Pill and drug. So I'm trying to establish if he means did someone drag him and also the pills or the other way around. Did they remove him from the house? From the house's back door? Sebastian, what door did they take you out of? What door did you leave from? Okay. What door did Chris and Katie, or what door did Chris and Mom take you from? What door did you leave? I swear he's saying like side door. Then he's also saying cam. I don't know if there's a camera or dark. Back. He's talking about back. Talking about back door? Are you talking about the back of the house? Back house. I don't know where there's cameras on the back of their house. If there's cameras on the back of their house, he speaks about the back of their house. TJ, he says he did bite him on the arm, the forearm. This is the forearm, I believe, so. Sebastian, did someone try to help you and Chris got really mad because you told them what was going on? So let me say that again. Okay. Did you tell somebody what was happening to you at Mom's house? And then Chris got really mad about that? No, he didn't care about that. If he cared, he wouldn't have had so many cases on him. He didn't care about that. Sebastian. So, you know how we talk about the whole a lot, right, honey? Yeah, I know, sweetie. This is a dark place. Honey, what did you see around there? And it's really important because that will really help me get to you. What did you see around there? Did you see... Okay. What's in that, though? Is it it's just a big open space? What do you mean? Oh. Okay. You definitely did. If it was traumatic, it could create a barrier for him. Yeah, it's to try to ask questions. You know, I notice when I ask the hard questions, I pick up the emotional connection he had when he was here. It's really rough. It's a really rough feeling I pick up. I do believe, what about Seth? Okay. Oh. What do you mean? I'm being told Seth tried to help. Seth tried to help. That's not coming from Sebastian because Sebastian has never called his dad Seth. This comes from a male. A male or an older male energy than Sebastian. Yep, I know. He's talking about Chris is going to be punished. That comes from spirit, so I don't know. I'm not threatening anybody. That's just coming from spirit. So I can just imagine what he means by that. When you hurt a child like that, that doesn't go unpunished in the spirit world. Sebastian, sweetheart, did you tell your teachers what they were doing to hurt you? Yes, they knew. Chris. I tried. No one would listen. It's so shitty. We're listening though, sweetie, okay? We're listening to you. We want you to be found, okay? I'm listening to you. Whether you talk to me first thing in the morning, whether you talk to me all day, I'm listening to you. I know he does. He said Chris knows. Why? It's like almost he's going through epiphany of questions. Why'd you do this to me? Why? Yeah, I do feel that he is. He definitely is, Darlene. I believe Chris is, excuse me. Brandy C. I do believe so. He also backhanded her older sister. Wow. Mosquito in here. Sebastian, when you were hurt that day, was this done on purpose? Or was this just an accident that happened and it went wrong? He said, Mom knows. Choke. Who choked you, sweetheart? That night. You're talking about choke, hit, which all adds back up to the same thing I've been seeing. I do believe maybe he was unconscious at one point and then he woke up and that freaked them out and he was hit right here. And I don't, oh, excuse me, he bludgeoned. Ay. What was forbidden? Oh, Chris was forbidding something? I really don't want to say that on here. Sebastian? Now, I know that I asked you this before, honey. Okay. What vehicle did they put you in? when they hurt you? What vehicle though? What is that vehicle? Is that a car? Or again, he keeps talking about a van. This can't be, this cannot be a mess up, because at first I assumed he was mistaken or confused, but this tells me, what did he say the very first time I spoke to him? He spoke of a trunk. He spoke of a van, and here it is again. That tells me trunk and van are two different things. Obviously, we know vans don't have trunks. So that tells me they went from one vehicle to the next. Sebastian, can you tell me about Yogi Bear? Let me just see if I said it here. I've never heard of the place, so hold on a minute. I know I probably passed it. Sebastian, can you tell me about Yogi Bear campgrounds? No, he won't. I won't say it. I will not say anything that you don't want me to say. That is between you and me. What about that Yogi Bear campsite? Can you tell me about? Do you want me to say that? Do you want me to say that? You don't have to be afraid. Or are you saying he's afraid? Coward for sure, my sweetheart. He's saying he watches cameras, scared. Does this whack job have cameras on his on wherever he is? I mean, he's talking about he watches, so that tells me he watches everything. I mean, I know he's always on here and on other people's things, but that's not the gist I'm getting of it. I think he's watching from wherever he's at all the time. He's so paranoid about it, but at the same time he thinks he's untouchable, so that's why he's so flippy one second and the next he feels okay, because he goes into things thinking somebody knows something and they might get found out about something, and then I'm going to call their bluff and I'm going to go back to normal for now. It's that kind of feeling. I think the thud was a made-up time frame so she could establish a time. Oh, I heard a thud at 10 o'clock. And he took the garbage at 6 p.m. And he this and he that. That's establishing a time frame. It's scripting a time frame. Sebastian, do you know how far away from home you are? Did you have to drive a really long, far away place? Or was it close to the house? Okay. Say that again. Okay. Yes, I do believe that, rain cloud. Oh yeah, for sure, Ginger, for sure. Sebastian, when you went out that day and you went to eat and when you went bowling, did you feel over, did you feel anxiety that day? Because I know when we take Caleb out, he's a homebody. He gets overstimulated by noise and fast movements and people around him, and social cues make him nervous because sometimes he might not understand people the way we do. So were you feeling anxiety that day at all, or? He said, no, I was happy. Phoebe, I've done this for about 15 years, and I might be together here, but there has been many a times where I've thrown up in the toilet and my husband's held my hair. There's been plenty of times where I've crawled into my bed and not wanted to get out. There's plenty of times where I've shut myself away because it's things that are so gut-wrenching and heart-wrenching. I can't function sometimes, and that's why sometimes I go MIA for over a week, because the physical toll it puts on my body and my emotional, it can mess a person up physically and mentally. So I have to get myself back together. I have to remember, you're doing this for spirit, to help them heal, to help them get back and cross over and help get justice, and just help them. It's all I can see is help. I've helped people all my life, and this is what I've come to. I would like to ask a question that hasn't been asked yet. If you guys want to post them, please do before my phone dies. I would like to ask something that we haven't asked yet. Something, what about, what do you mean? He's talking about Katie's shirt. Does Katie have a shirt that says death on it, or with a phrase on it that would have like a certain word with death in it? He's talking about me, 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 me. Why? Sebastian, can I ask you something? Sweetheart, do you know, honey, do you know you're not alive anymore? You're not stuck, honey. You don't have to be stuck. You're not stuck. You might feel that way, but you're not stuck. You could go anytime you want to the other side. Just right now you feel, but why do you feel that way? Can you explain it to me? Because a lot of people ask about that. Sometimes spirits feel stuck. Do you understand that? Do you understand now, honey, what has happened to you? I know you do, honey, but you can't. You can't go back home. I know. Would you like me to tell your dad something? You really do like the color green, don't you? He's talking about the color green. How can Dad help, sweetheart? Tell me anything. Anything you want your dad to know, you tell me right now. What do you mean, climb? He's talking about climb up. What would you like me to tell your dad? Anything, or any of your relatives, maybe your grandma, maybe your dad. Anybody that you felt safe with, who could I give a message to?